What's good? We back with the Box Clinic and more with some breaking news, off boxing topic. And it sounds like Tom Brady, according to ESPN article that will be published tomorrow, forced Bill Belichick, had Robert Kraft, the Patriots owner, forced Bill Belichick to trade Jimmy Garoppolo, Jimmy G, which seems to be a bad idea in hindsight. And it is said that it's a power struggle between Belichick, Brady, and Robert Kraft. And it was a rumblings that Belichick actually wanted to trade Tom Brady to prove that he can win a championship without Tom Brady and keep Jimmy Garoppolo. Robert Kraft asked that deal, and then Brady turned around and told Kraft to force Bill Belichick, who has full power, coaching, general manager, all that, and forced him to trade Jimmy Garoppolo for, in hindsight, peanuts. And it sounds like it's getting real with New England. You could tell the last 4 or 5 weeks in Brady's decline stats that it's something going on. And most people believe this is their last year together. This is like the Chicago Bulls, the 90s Jordan Bulls, the way it ended. It didn't end the way Jordan wanted to end. I just heard Jordan talk about that the other day. He said, I wanted to go out and pass the torch. I want to see if somebody really can beat us and see how far we can go. And that still runs in my head today, the imagination of seeing how far we legitimately can go. And it looks like, the Patriots are deteriorating from the inside. The dynasty is not going to be broken because somebody, put pause on that, but it's going to be broken because of the power struggle inside. And it's a beautiful monster, in my opinion. I know it's nice to see the top dynasty go down in flames. I went to the Super Bowl when they lost to the New York Giants the second time, and their fans were some crybabies. They feel they're entitled. They feel, they got a lot of championships over the years now with the Patriots, and Boston won, and the Celtics won a championship. I think the Bruins might have been doing well. I don't know the rest of their history. The Red Sox obviously got a number of championships, and they some spoiled brats. I ride with Tom Brady, TB12. He from Michigan, man. I've been a Michigan fan my entire life, but I love to see this beautiful monster just deteriorate and rot. So it looks like Belichick might be out. I don't know if Belichick wants to leave and go somewhere else and prove his worth or wants to retire, but it seems like it's getting so bad that the dynasty will be broken. And look out for this article come out tomorrow. I'll leave the article link in the description from Bleacher Report. I had seen it somewhere else, and I was like, maybe it's some crap. I seen it again, and I had to do a video on it, so it's deep. And will this affect the money odds, or is this something to blind some bettors to get some money away from the heavy favorite from New England and put their money elsewhere so Vegas can come on top again? Possibly so. But it sounds concrete, And what they traded Jimmy G for, Jimmy Garoppolo to be exact, so we call him. That's what we call him in my hood. They traded him for peanuts. You could have got like 2 number ones, the number 2 and the number 3. You could have got a Roy Williams deal. When the Lions traded the Cowboys, they got a lot of picks. And Jimmy G look like he's going to change the San Francisco 49ers franchise. And it sounds like trading Tom Brady was actually the right choice. If you could have got the same second or first round pick for the same second you got for Jimmy G or first for Tom Brady at this point, Jimmy G looks to be legit. He really does. And the 49ers, I know he had a small sample size, but, how longer can a 40-year-old quarterback and Tom Brady go? Legitimately. How much longer can he keep on chugging like Thomas the Train? Not too longer. The history tells you in a physical contact sport and non-contact sport, anytime you're doing anything physical, look at golfers' bodies who break down quickly, and they don't go and do any hitting. NBA, all they do is run up the court, they bang, they break down. Pitchers, their legs go out, they don't have the power, the base to throw no more, or their arm go out when they get in their late 30s into their 40s. Football players, it's very rare that you get a football player that can still tick and tock, close to 40. Into their 30s is hard to find, And I think Bill Belichick was doing the right thing, even if his ego was and his agenda was to get Tom Brady out the way to prove that he can do it, like reports say, without Tom Brady, and do it with Jimmy Garoppolo, because they did a very good job evaluating Jimmy Garoppolo because he looks to be a solid quarterback at minimum in this league with a small sample size with the 49ers, who absolutely did jackrabbit crap before he got there. He rose the whole morale of that franchise up, and John Lynch should be given the General Manager of the Year award for getting him for a second-round pick. But we know why he sold so cheap now. We know why he's so late now, because we thought, and a lot of people thought, ESPN, NFL Network, a lot of people out there thought he would be traded during the draft because he was in the contract year. It seemed that Bill Belichick had an agenda to trade Tom Brady instead of trading Jimmy Garoppolo, which now starting to make sense in how they timed and how they traded Jimmy Garoppolo. Now he didn't want to trade Jimmy Garoppolo. He wanted to trade Tom Brady. And who knows how long he really wanted to trade Tom Brady for. And he knows, and he's smart enough. He's been around football a very long time. He's from that Bill Parcells tree. He know a 40-year-old quarterback ain't going to be ticking too much longer. So if you can get him for a second or first round pick, get him off of that, send him to Jacksonville, send him to Cincinnati, wherever you want to send him to. Now, if you can get him off like that, and you got a franchise quarterback in the waiting that's legit, you do it. But Robert Kraft has an emotional tie to Tom Brady. Who knows what's going to come out about this team in the years to come, especially if they break up. Bill Belichick might talk about, Spygate and Deflategate, and the real raft started when they kicked Tom Brady's trainer and business partner off the sideline as well. So check the article out. We gone.